Ever pondered about the enormous amount of trash we generate on Earth daily? It's a question that might make you pause, and for good reason. Each day, humanity produces roughly 3.5 million tons of waste. That's the equivalent of over 27,000 blue whales, the largest animal to have ever existed, in weight, every single day. This waste, whether it's plastic, paper, food scraps, or something else entirely, doesn't just disappear. It collects in our landfills, our oceans, and in the natural environment, causing significant harm. From the plastic choking our marine life to the greenhouse gases emitted by decomposing organic matter, waste is a pressing environmental issue. And it's not just about the physical space that trash takes up. The decomposition of waste also contributes to air and water pollution. The harmful chemicals and greenhouse gases released are major contributors to global warming and climate change. Of course, we're not idly standing by. Efforts are being made to reduce waste production and manage it more effectively. Recycling and composting programs are widespread, and new technologies are being developed to convert waste into energy. But despite these efforts, we're still producing more waste than we can manage. Even with the best recycling initiatives, there's still a significant amount of waste that doesn't get recycled. In fact, only about 9% of all the plastic ever produced has been recycled. The rest is either incinerated, contributing to air pollution, or ends up in landfills or the environment. It's clear that our current methods of waste management aren't enough to deal with the scale of the problem. We need a solution that can handle the massive amounts of waste we produce. So, if we can't effectively manage our waste here on Earth, could we perhaps send it somewhere else, like the sun? The sun, a colossal sphere of hot plasma, dominates our solar system. But could it handle our garbage? Imagine a fiery furnace, so vast and so hot that it dwarfs the Earth 1,000,000 times over. That's our sun. This blazing behemoth, with a diameter of about 869,000 miles, is so large that it could fit 1.3 million Earths inside it. It's not just its size that's impressive, it's also the sheer mass of the sun, a staggering 1.98 times 10 to the 30th power kilograms. That's about 333,000 times the mass of our planet. Now let's talk about heat. The sun's surface, or photosphere, sizzles at around 5,500 degrees Celsius. But that's nothing compared to its core, where temperatures skyrocket to a scorching 15 million degrees Celsius. In such intense heat, the sun incinerates and consumes matter, transforming it into energy. This process, known as nuclear fusion, powers our sun and in turn, all life on Earth. It's this very process that leads us to consider the sun as a potential trash incinerator. But how much trash are we talking about? Each year, humans generate about 2 billion tons of waste. That may seem like a lot, but when compared to the sun's mass, it's less than a drop in the ocean. If we were to send all of humanity's annual waste to the sun, it would amount to approximately 1/10,000,000% of the sun's total mass. Given its immense size and heat, the sun could theoretically handle our trash. But is it feasible? Let's delve into that in the next scene. Disposing of our waste on the sun isn't as simple as it might sound. Let's take a moment to delve into the complexities that surround this seemingly straightforward idea. Firstly, there's the issue of cost. Launching anything into space is an expensive undertaking. Current estimates suggest that it costs around $10,000 to send just 1 pound of matter into space. Now think about the billions of pounds of waste we generate each year. The cost of launching all that refuse into the sun would be, in a word, astronomical. Next, we have to consider the energy requirements. To escape Earth's gravitational pull, a rocket needs to reach a speed of about 25,000 miles per hour. That's faster than any man-made object has ever traveled, and that's just to get off the Earth. To reach the sun, our waste-laden rocket would have to travel an additional 93 million miles, all the while fighting the sun's powerful gravitational pull. The amount of fuel required for such a journey is immense. But let's say we could afford it, and we had the energy. Then we have to consider the risks. Space launches are not without danger. Rockets can explode on the launch pad or in the atmosphere, scattering debris and potentially hazardous materials over a wide area. And if a rocket loaded with waste were to explode, the fallout could be catastrophic. Finally, there are the potential environmental implications to consider. Each rocket launch produces a significant amount of greenhouse gases, contributing to climate change. So while we might be solving one environmental problem by disposing of our waste, we could be exacerbating another. Clearly, disposing of our waste on the sun poses significant challenges, but what if we could overcome them? As we move forward, It's crucial that we continue to explore and innovate, constantly seeking new and better ways to handle our waste. Could the sun be part of the solution? Perhaps. But for now, the challenges seem to outweigh the benefits. Imagine a future where we could dispose of our waste on the sun. What would it look like? In this scenario, technological advancements would play a significant role. To make solar waste disposal feasible, we would need to develop more efficient rockets and reusable spacecraft. Imagine rockets so efficient that they could transport tons of trash into space without a significant environmental impact. These rockets would need to be powered by renewable energy sources to prevent further pollution of our planet. Then, there's the concept of reusable spacecraft. With current technology, launching a spacecraft is a one-time event. The vehicle is used once, and then it's discarded. But in our future scenario, we would need spacecraft that could be launched, return to Earth, and then be launched again. This would make the process more sustainable and cost-effective. The benefits of this approach could be significant. For one, it would help to address the growing problem of waste accumulation on our planet. It could also pave the way for new industries and jobs related to space travel and waste management. However, it's important to note that this approach would also have its drawbacks. For instance, even if we could develop efficient, reusable rockets, the process of launching waste into space would still require a significant amount of energy. This could potentially contribute to other environmental problems such as climate change. And then there's the question of what would happen if something went wrong. What if a spacecraft malfunctioned and crashed back to Earth, spilling its load of waste? What if the waste didn't make it to the sun and instead ended up floating in space, contributing to the problem of space debris? These are just a few of the potential challenges we would need to consider. But despite these hurdles, the idea of solar waste disposal is an intriguing one, and could potentially be a part of our future waste management strategies. While disposing of our waste on the sun could potentially solve our trash problem, it would also present new challenges. For now, the best solution is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So, can we dispose of our trash on the sun to save the Earth? This question has led us on an intriguing journey, exploring the trash problem on our planet, the capacity of the sun, the challenges of solar waste disposal, and the future of waste management. Let's take a quick trip back through our discussion. We started with understanding the enormity of the trash problem on Earth. Every year, billions of tons of waste are generated, with only a small fraction being recycled or composted. The rest ends up in landfills, oceans, and other parts of our environment, causing a variety of problems from pollution to wildlife endangerment. We then delved into the capacity of the sun. The sun, a fiery ball of gas, is over 1 million times larger than Earth. Its intense heat and pressure could effectively incinerate any waste we could throw at it. However, the reality of getting our trash there is quite a different story. This brought us to the challenges of solar waste disposal. The cost, energy, and resources required to transport waste to the sun are astronomical. It would take a staggering amount of fuel for a rocket to escape Earth's gravity, travel 93 million miles, and plunge into the sun without being vaporized by its extreme heat. Not to mention the potential for disastrous accidents along the way. Finally, we look to the future. While solar waste disposal may be out of reach for now, it pushes us to think creatively about other waste management solutions. Innovations in recycling, composting, waste-to-energy technologies, and circular economy strategies are all promising avenues to explore. While the idea of disposing of our trash on the sun is fascinating, it's clear that the best solution is closer to home. For now, let's focus on reducing our waste and finding more sustainable ways to manage it here